Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. As Tyler clung to a rapidly fading Guy Bradford, the rest of Wet Change, including New Rogue, fell into the mist. Shadow Nemesis was attacked by yet another member of the Nutter family, but the troupe defeated him and found themselves in the picturesque woods of a new domain. Dell received a text from her friend Laura and discovered that they'd been gone for a year at Earth time. They came upon a suffering orc and realized they needed to start solving this domain's mysteries, and New Rogue suggested leaving a sign for Tyler. But with the rest of Wet Change venturing into an unknown land, will Tyler ever find them again? I doubt it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where I was muted and we're opening with a battle cry of "You're a monster." This is what we have for you this evening. This is the energy we are bringing. In our previous episode, our characters. Oh, yeah, Tyler's not here today. If you're just getting here now, he's on vacation. We're very happy for him on vacation.
Hey, no Tyler.
MIA. He's fine. He's having a very nice vacation. That's what we want for him. But our heroes were falling through the mist between dimensions. Tyler was left behind pulling on Guy Bradford, but New Rogue had rejoined the party and was falling through the mist. A monstrous goo person, revealing themselves to be Stachio Nutter, one of the family of Nutters who are hunting for vengeance on Shadow Nemesis through all of the domains of Ravenloft, appeared and almost strangled Shadow Nemesis between domains before he was fought off by the party, who then landed inside the woods. They ended up inside a new domain in the woods, along with Rumple Foreskin, along with the Dr. Deputy, along with Jack Magnum, but their carriage did not reappear. Once they appeared there, they caught up with each other. Dell received a text from her good real-life friend Laura, who is very sad because Dell has been disappearing, has been gone for a year in real-world Earth time, even though their time in Ravenloft has felt so much faster. Yeah. At that point, a large orcoid figure staggered through, stepped on a fruit he was allergic to, and died. They discovered that he had been robbed from multiple sources, a gang of orcs, and also a demonic gorilla. Then stepped on fruit he was allergic to and died. Our heroes tested the fruit to see if it was poisoned or had been provided by a ring wraith. They started to eat the body. Shadow Nemesis ate the brain, while Dr. Deputy ate a leg. They left a sign for Tyler, realizing that he could return and want to know where they are, and they can keep track of if he returns with their sending stones before they made their way forwards. Shadow Nemesis bringing Dr. Deputy. They both had their snack. New Rogue carrying Jack Magnum and his Bjorn reunited at last, feeding them both some of the sun fruit that they had deemed was just fruit and not poison, and Dell riding Rumple Foreskin. That's where we left things off, with them moving forwards with signage for Tyler behind, telling him he could reach out via sending stone. Do any of the players have any questions about what happened last episode? Is there anything you can't remember or want me to repeat for you?
Nope, all good. Not one bit.
Great. And with that, it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. You all advanced through the woods as a party for about 5 minutes until you reached the edge of the woods and were able to step out. In front of you on this beautiful morning is a large cornfield. It's about halfway grown. You can see farms in the distance. It all seems very pastoral, very idyllic. There are paths worn, walking paths directly in front of the woods, and some leading towards a town. You can see in the distance a small village with a collection of buildings. As you are looking forwards, just a second, I gotta get my notes on this.
Ooh, pastoral. I like it. Nothing bad ever happens in a cornfield, right?
No, not at all.
Oh, the corn. Oh, these kids in the corn.
Are there children here? Yeah.
No, they're fine.
No raptors?
Okay, here we go. As you're looking forwards, you can obviously see this village surrounded by farmland, but in the very distance, you can see that there are woods spreading over a mountain that rises to the northeast and to the northwest. As you look east, you can see that there are even more farms. I'm aware that we're not going with north-south on this in terms of where the sun is. This is a mystical realm where things matter relative to where you're standing. Yeah. To the west, you can see that the pathways and a road in the distance crests over a hill, and you assume that there is a valley because you can see no further. In front of you, about halfway between you and the town that is a couple of minutes away by walk, or a few minutes less in terms of rumple foreskin, you can see a small, dark-skinned gnome walking along the path back to town with a dog-sized badger next to him, just trotting along pleasantly.
Oh, look at this little creature. Does anybody know what this thing is?
Looks like a badger, and I don't know, like
Yeah, that's probably a gnome.
a garden gnome or something. Yeah.
A gnome? What's a gnome, Rumple?
Well, they're kind of like people, but they're smaller, and then it just depends on what kind of gnome they are, because they have different preferences culturally.
Oh,
Okay.
Rumple Foreskin, you know so much stuff.
I've been around for a couple of centuries.
Oh, okay. And they're friendly? I'm just going to say hi.
Yeah, I can't tell you if they're friendly or not. That's really up to like an individual as opposed to a species.
I've walked ahead.
Great.
Quickly. Hello, friend. I am New Rogue. This is my band of friends. Is this town we're approaching, is it a nice town?
And the figure turns around and looks at you. You're looking at someone who is about 3.5 feet tall, gray skinned, with pretty decently coiffed hair, appears to you to be middle age in terms of a human age, wearing a simple smock. Just seems very homespun and pleasant. The badger next to him turns around and just kind of sits down and looks up at you, and he says, "Oh, well, hail and well met, friends. What brings you here to these parts?"
Oh, just taking in the scenery, traveling. We're travelers, you see. I'm New Rogue. This little guy here is Jack Magnum, and who? That's Dell. That's Shadow Nemesis, Rumple Foreskin, Doctor Deputy. What are your names?
You've got a whole band. Well, I mean, welcome to town. So I'm Nicholas Philip Church. You can just call me Nick if you want. Some people call me Mr. Church, but I think that's pretty formal. And this is my badger, Ripple Furskin. I just call him Ripple, because if we watch a movie, kind of his fur just moves around. I like it.
Ripple Furskin. Hey, Rumple, are you guys related?
No. Why would you think that?
Your names. The names were similar.
I'm sorry, can I just step in here, New Rogue? Thank you. You did such a great job. So, Mr. Church, we are a band of adventurers, and we are looking for a place to settle in for the day. Do you think that town has a nice inn that we could go to?
I mean, I run the inn, so yes, you can, absolutely. I run the church tavern. We got a big sign that says sinners welcome. So, we're welcome into all folks. It's just kind of a joke based on the name. You guys want to come in? You can have a drink. You could do a rest.
Oh, absolutely.
I can tell you about the area, all the traditional tavern stuff.
Oh, yes. And, any Dark Lords that might be lurking around, maybe?
Oh, it is a scary time.
Oh.
Oh.
Why don't you tell us more over alcohol?
That is my specialty. Come on with me. We can go into the village. This will be nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Maybe he'll give us free drinks, I say to Del.
The first one's on the house, he says, overhearing you as he starts walking into town. Oops. So where are you folks from? I would have assumed. I mean, we've heard rumor that there was a general coming through, and I mean, he's supposed to have a knight captain known for a striking steed, so I could see that, and he's supposed to have a priest. But do you have the icon of Ravenloft with you?
The icon?
Oh, it got stolen by a gang of orc thieves in the woods.
The Stonebreakers. They're a real problem in this area. They're a real problem.
Stonebreakers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you must be, he turns to Shadow Nemesis as he keeps walking. You must be, if they stole the icon from you, you must be the court jester. He does all the announcements for the general, because he's known for having shiny armor and known for being kind of a little bit long-winded and self-important.
Oh, no. See, I am the general. See, I am a chosen one.
No. That's not true. See, now I debate all of you, because the general is supposed to be 7 feet tall and green, and he's got horns. And you are a redheaded, normal person.
Yeah, the general, we kind of got separated from him in the woods.
Can you roll me a deception?
Yes, I can. With my new stats, because being close
That is true.
to
You've all gone up to the level 5.
yeah, and being close to Lucretia has now given me proficiency in deception and persuasion. That is 26.
Wow.
Incredible. Yes, for anyone wondering at home, Dell also carries a whiff of brimstone about her now because she has multi-classed. She is part bard and part warlock as Lucretia's magic has increased her power. He goes, well, you can get separated. Hopefully he'll make it for the big battle tonight, though. The Grave Walker and the Prince, they're just going to have their big showdown. So, the rumor is that both sides were trying to hire the general and nobody knew where he was going to end up working. So if you guys are here, do you know if he's going to side with the Grave Walker or Prince Auric Bright Eyes? Do you know what the future holds?
We're not sure, but I mean, if you know all about it, I mean, we could, bend his ear a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, we better hurry up then, because this conversation sounds a lot more important than I feared when we started. And he starts trundling forwards. As you look around going into the village, you can see that there are a couple of businesses. This central area seems to be more for people who are coming through town and stopping, as well as townsfolk themselves who are kind of stopping in to get things they need. You see a place called Buttermilk Biscuits. One is clearly the name of a person, and the second is what they make. You see Hardin the Robin's Blacksmith.
Ooh, okay.
And then you finally see the Church Tavern and Inn with a sign underneath it that's been painted that says Sinners Welcome. And it's got the crude image of Nicholas Philip Church's face next to it. And he says, all right, you can come on in here. Can you all roll me a perception?
The 10 for me. Oh, wait, no, it's 11. Stupid 11.
Oh, jeez.
Dirty 14.
I was checking out that blacksmith shop, so I rolled a 4.
Okay. Shadow Nemesis, you're just walking through this place noting the businesses.
Ooh.
Del, for you, it seems like it's a little emptier than you would expect a town of this size, but not in a menacing way. You're just not seeing as many people around, but it is early, so, who knows? New Rogue, when you were looking around, you notice that you aren't seeing any farmer age people. You are seeing elderly people in the distance. You see a couple of gnomes. You see what you would think of as traditional humans. You see a couple of satyrs who are the Mr. Tumnesses of the fantasy world, but they seem to either be children or elderly people. There does not seem to be a lot of middle-aged or kind of working age people around in this town.
If I may ask, Mr. Church, where's all the working age people in your nice town?
Yeah, well, we got a lot of people who are off serving in the Clockwork Army. They got to operate it, so they're in the field ready for the final battle. That's why we're hoping the general will side with Prince Auric Bright Eyes, because I don't want you folks to be helping the enemy and hurting our village.
Prince Auric, you say? Oh, you are not in allegiance to him, I take it, or you are?
Well, we sent our entire village to fight alongside Prince Auric, so we're pretty well allied there. Yeah, yeah. We don't really get in with the whole servitude unto death and then eternal servitude afterwards of the Grave Walker.
Of course. Sorry, I'm a traveler and I don't know many things. But the general does.
Why don't, if we're gonna, okay, great, let's all have a drink. I'll give you as many free drinks as you want if you'll help me with the general. And you all are escorted in to a simple tavern. You can see that there is a bar top that's been set up. Behind it are a couple of different casks that have been tapped, a couple of bottles that you can see a various number of X's on. There are a couple of simple tables spread throughout the room, and there is a staircase that is leading upstairs. Next to it is a small alcove where you can see keys that are hanging with numbers on the bottom. It's clear that this is a traditional style tavern and inn. The thing that's unsettling is it's pretty much empty. There are only 2 people that are sitting at the bar inside this space. One is a satyr and the other is an elderly man. They are both they kind of sitting, focused entirely on their drinks. They just raise them knowingly and give a nod to Nicholas before they go back to what they're drinking. And you can see that there clearly aren't any rooms rented because every key is on every slot. There are no extra hooks. It seems like business is pretty slow. But he circles around behind the bar and says, take a table. Take whichever one you want. Like, this is great. I'm so happy to have you here. We love the general. We love the general. We love the prince.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'm going to unlatch Rumple Foreskin and place him on the ground.
Jack Magnus.
Jack
Magnum.
Sorry about that. I'm going to unlatch Jack Magnum and place him on the ground. Mr. Church, might I ask, your badger, I believe it is,
Yep.
Ripple Foreskin, is he okay with cute little goats that do tricks?
Oh, he's got no problem with other animals and ain't got no problem with him. Now, you want some milk for that little fella?
Oh my God. Would you like some milk, Jack? He's so famished. Oh, there he goes. Yes. I think that's a yes. And maybe a little bit more milk after that. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll get everything served. And you see him hurry around behind, and he gestures to the regulars to I gotta shut up. This is gonna be important. And he gets a collection of ales, sets them on a tray that rests on Ripple Furskin's back, and you realize they're a bit of a duo act running this place. So they both come over, and he quickly serves a selection of metal tankards of ale to all of you. There's one for Rumple Foreskin as well, and a tray of milk for Jack Magnum on the ground before he sends Ripple Furskin back behind the bar. And he just says, all right, so how can I help you, the friends of the general, with everything? We want to make sure that you're coming down on the right side of this. We all got a lot of folks out there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you can give us the kind of rundown, what's going on here?
Who's this bad guy? Who's the good guy? How can
there were letters sent, apparently. Like I thought you knew the story if you're coming here to work.
Oh, you mean this letter? I say, presenting the letter.
That's sort of not. It doesn't say to the prince.
This just says the Grave Walker. Did you not even know there was a prince? Oh my God. My God. Okay, I'll tell you. My God. Okay. So there's the Prince Auric Bright Eyes, who's the hero of all the folks around in this realm, and then there's the evil Grave Walker. You guys only got the message from the evil one. We don't like him.
Yeah,
he wants to force the whole nation to serve him. He cut off the prince's hand. Now he brings it around to some kind of undead trophy. He's got his champions, and they've been terrorizing the countryside. They're just a nightmare series of psychopaths and villains who've allied themselves, hoping to take over all of our bodies and all of our souls. And then the only person who dared rise up against them was Prince Auric Bright Eyes. He rose up. In one of their battles, he stole the eyes from the Grave Walker, and he can now see the truth. He's a wise man. He's collected all the desperate heroes of this here countryside, and they're having their final battle tonight. Tonight, the darkness comes out when the sun sets, and the hero's ready to face off with them. So that's why, the general making it here in time. That's going to be, a game changer. We need a big win in this big final battle.
Okay.
Well, the prince certainly sounds like a valiant crusader on the side of good.
Yeah, he certainly is, and that's why facing so many undead, we knew he's got that powerful blade and the icon of Ravenloft, but you got it stolen, so you're going to need to get that, or it's going to be a real problem for all of us.
What's so special about the icon?
Well, it's the easiest way to defeat the undead that's been around. That's why the general was perfect for this. You have the heroes, you have the equipment, like we know all about this. So you're going to have to get that back.
Okay.
All right, well, tell us where it is. We'll walk up and we'll take it.
Yeah, where are the Stonebreakers, you said? The thieves?
The Stonebreakers, yeah, they operate out of the deep caves on the mountain to the northeast. The mountain to the northwest, that's where the final battle's happening. But the other one, when you look ahead, you can see the two mountains. You go right, that's where the deep caves are. They've been overtaken. That's why.
Overtaken by what?
The Stonebreakers.
Oh, they've been overtaken. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's my ancestral home that we were all chased out of as deep gnomes, so now we live on the surface in the sunlight. Did great suffrage, but yeah, that's the one we were talking about.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I'm sorry for your struggle.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Well, Yeah, what do you say, gang? We take on the stone breakers. We help this young gnome, well, old gnome, small gnome.
You can just call me, Nicholas.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was within earshot of you. Yes.
Yeah, he's sitting right here.
I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
Yeah, we're all around this table,
Well,
friend. But yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be great. Because I mean, there's so many things I'd ask you to do, but there's only so much time in the day. I can't ask you to do it all. Oh, that means I can't help with the farmstead. Okay.
What's going on with farm stuff?
Well, I got some friends at a farm that's further out east, and it's just we haven't heard from them for a couple of days now, and I'm real worried. I'm real worried about Angelina, but I can't ask you to do that. If you got to find this icon of Ravenloft, you got to do that before the big battle so you can help the prince. Now that we know the general's coming, I'm sure when he shows up with his big sword, now that we got all you champions, you'll be able to save the day, save us all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we should all make a decision without the general, him being the general and all.
Well, I mean, if we get this icon thing, then when Tyler shows up, we'll be able to beat this guy like easy peasy.
Who's Tyler?
The general that you're talking about.
Oh, the general's name is Tyler. Nobody knew it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Who's Angelina, though? You said you were looking for...
She's just a friend of mine. She and her husband have a farm that's further out east, and it's risky to be alone in these times. And I haven't heard from them in a couple of days now, so I'm worried that there's something bad might have happened.
Well, we could split up our forces. Maybe Dr. Deputy could ride Rumple Foreskin over to this farm and just check up on them, and if there's any trouble, they can bring them back.
All right. Well, if he's a doctor and a deputy, I guess he must be important if he's working for the general. So however you want to do it, but yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. How far away is this other farm, and how far away are the mountains? It's just a long trip either way.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're gonna have to go up a mountain and then into the caves and like. I'd love to say I could draw you a map, but they've been down there for years now. That's why we had to establish this whole village. So I don't know how deep those caves go anymore. And like if you want to ride a couple hours out east, you could check the farm. Like I'm sure you'd be back before sundown, like before the big old battle. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't want you to risk it. I love Angelina, but I can't risk the rest of the village for one person.
Well, sometimes people matter a lot, and you feel bad if, you don't hear from them, and then they think you got abandoned. Like they think you abandoned them, maybe.
Yeah, that does suck.
Well, are you telling me I should have? I'm not.
No,
a good fighter,
sometimes
but I guess I can go.
Sometimes you can't help the situation, what's going on. But I don't know. Maybe this farm thing sounds kind of important.
Why don't we send Dr. Deputy and Rumple Foreskin there? It's only a couple hours away. They can check up on it. We can maybe, I don't know, Nick, do you have any horses we can borrow? We can ride up to this cave faster, and then Rumple Foreskin and Dr. Deputy can rendezvous with us at the cave.
I mean, I don't got horses, but there's a cockatrice farm near here. You could ride some of them.
A cockatrice?
A what?
Yeah, it's like a giant non-flying bird. They got sharp beaks. If they bite stuff, it can start to turn to stone. Just classic farm animals.
I like the sound of cockatrices. Let's go get some cockatrices.
All right, so we're going to send Dr. Deputy and your horse friend here, Rumpleforeskin, to go check on my friend Angelina, and then I'll get you cockatrices so you can go to the deep cave.
Wait, we haven't even had a moment to drink our drink, so...
I'm sorry. I don't want to affect... I want everything to just be positive. I'm gonna go behind the bar. I'm gonna go behind the bar, and we aren't gonna hear anything, because I'm gonna get my satyr friend to sing a little song so that we can't hear nothing. You take all the time you need.
Okay.
Take all the time you need.
Okay.
Please don't think of me as rude.
Thanks for the drinks.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And he dashes behind the bar and sets a lute out and just smacks the satyr on the top of the head, and she starts playing a nice little song and singing, so you can tell you can't be overheard anymore.
Okay, so he's out without outside of earshot now. Is sending Dr. Deputy the best idea?
Yeah, Rumpleforeskin, you don't have to do things. I mean, Adam just said it. Rumpleforeskin, what do you think you want to do?
It was just a suggestion, but I mean, if we want to, I'm guessing that we, as the three of us, don't want to separate. So why don't we just send 2 people? We want to go into a bunch of caves that apparently people have been living in? That is really, we're gonna just run right into doing that? Yeah,
I mean, the farm seems a lot simpler.
But those big bird things we get to ride around. They said they got big beaks and stuff.
We can ride them to the farm. I don't care.
We could get all of them, and we could ride them right into the cave, and they can just pack everything they see, and we'll walk in and get this amulet thing.
You don't know anything about what's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cave. What? We walk in. I got night vision. We walk in, I'll shoot a bunch of them, take it, and run out. We'll be back before the battle even starts.
I just turn and look at Rumpleforeskin.
What?
Right.
Rumple, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
I realize, like, I've asked this question before, but I just want to be, like, 100% sure.
This is fine.
Am I the same as the Dr. Deputy?
No. Which is why we're asking you and not Dr. Deputy, and that's why I wanted to interrupt Adam from steamrolling you.
Why don't I'm the chosen one. You got to listen to me, and I say, we burn down the village. Let's just do it here.
Shadow Nemesis, can you take care of this?
I hand Dr.
Keep the
Deputy
evil
a drink.
birds. They sound fun.
Here, drink this, drink this, drink this.
What is it?
It's fun juice. Drink it.
Oh. And he just starts pounding it.
Good.
Rumple,
Thank you.
we're asking you as a friend, what course of action would you prefer? Would you like us all to go to the farm, or because you are so fast and quick and dependable, if we were to send you, would you feel comfortable going yourself? Maybe we give you a sending stone to take with you?
I could scout it out if you wanted me to do that, but I don't know what good that's going to do if you're not going to be able to get there before the end of the day. Then it's sort of just like I go and look at a thing and go like, "Yep, it's bad," or "Looks fine."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the value is.
Either way, I'm going to stay with Rumpleforeskin. So me and Rumpleforeskin could go to the farm, or we can all go together.
Yeah, I mean, we could try if they've got those bird things. Then you guys could ride the cockatrices. Dell could ride me, and we could try to do both.
I think that's better.
Knock them both out. You think we can make it in time? All right. Yes.
Well, do you want to start with the farm, or do you want to start with the caves?
Start with the farm. I agree with Dell. Let's not go crazy right now because we're still in a weird land.
Exactly.
Maybe I can scope out the caves then. You guys take care of the farm. The farm, I mean, it's a farm. You're just checking up on some lady. I can go get my army of birds, and we can go check out the entrance of the cave, and I can use these stones to tell you what I see.
I mean, that's fine enough.
I'm sneaky.
Okay, so he's going to go up the mountain to the caves, and we're going to go to the farm.
I guess so. Yes.
Yeah, New Rogue, are you okay with that, or did you want to stay?
No,
with Shadow Nemesis?
No, I'm good with going with you.
Okay.
Let's.
I'll
go
take Dr.
to-
Deputy.
All right.
Yes. Okay, little guy, you go with your little boy, who's a grown man.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Dr. Deputy.
Wait, I thought you were talking to the goat. Am I a little guy?
No, I'm
chosen
sorry.
one.
Just go with me, Dr. Deputy.
Heck yeah, we're going to the mountain. We're going to get an icon and then maybe some orcs. I'll be their boss too. You can be in charge of the orcs.
Ooh, and you'll get a bird too.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
And
I
excitedly, with your first quest in a new domain, you split the party to set off and explore. Take a quick commercial break right there. Our heroes are separating into 2 groups. Can you roll me initiative? Actually, no. Dell and New Rogue, I did want to ask, are you going to get a cockatrice for New Rogue to ride, or are you both going to ride Rumpleforeskin? Rumple will have given you the option.
I would still very much like a cockatrice. I have booties,
We'll go
and I
together.
just feel like, it will be less weight on the horse.
Great. Then we don't have to split immediately. you are being taken to the cockatrice farm by your new friend, Nicholas Philip Church, who, after you explain what you need, hurries outside and takes you around the corner. There is the local blacksmith, the shop is there, and around back, there are a number of cockatrices that are being kept inside an enclosure. When you look at them, you're seeing kind of a more dinosaur-like ostrich is how you would see it. It has wings, almost draconic style on top of its feathers. They're not big enough for it to actually fly, but they're clearly being used for it to balance out. And there's just a wickedly sharp beak and claws on its legs, along with a lizard-like tail at the back. They are circling, occasionally threatening each other with wing displays and bird-like cries. He says, "Oh, okay, so which one do you want to ride? We'll get you a saddle."
What's like the most evil looking one?
Roll me a perception.
Perception. That is a 10.
10. You look around and they all seem kind of similar, though in the corner you can see one slightly larger cockatrice bullying the smallest cockatrice.
Oh, that one, yeah.
All right, you want that one? Oh, okay. Hey, big birdie. She's got a style on her. And then what do you want for your doctor deputy?
He'll get the one that's being bullied.
My good friend Jackson Triggs, just the weirdest of the whole bunch. All right, you get those out here. I'll go in and put the saddles on them. And then you friend, you also need a cockatrice. Any of these feeling like a good flavor to you?
I want to look and just make sure. I want to just give a once over, kind of like I'm walking around a car, just to try to examine if there's any damage to any of them, any injuries, sickness, basically. See if I bond with it. You know,
I would accept a medicine if you're just trying to see on injuries front, or an insight if you're trying to see if there's one that you would connect with.
Yeah, I'll do the insight then. I'm going to do the medicine. So that is a... Where are you? There it is. Okay. That is a dirty 14.
14. Okay, when you look at these animals, you see that they're all pretty well cared for. You're not being offered any like scam animals on the scale of things. But as you look at the level of energy that they seem to have, you could spot a few that seem a little older and they might be a little more calm. As you heard the pecking and biting and the aggression, it seems like they might be more chill if you were trying to ride one with that experience.
Okay, great. Then I'm going to go with a veteran bird. I'm going to just take a look. Which one has the nicest eyes? Like, which one?
You see one with amber eyes, just soft, kind of wet, glistening eyes looking at you soulfully from one of the cockatrices at the edge.
Oh, hi there. Will you be my partner on this ride? What did he say, Jack Magnum? He will? And he says you're handsome? You're right. It's meant to be. Come, all right, friend.
All right, so you want to take Westra. She's one of our oldest birds, but, to each their own. All right, so he brings the three cockatrices to the edge, all of them saddled up so they can be ridden, and he's leading them out towards you. And he says, you ever ridden any cockatrices before? You seem like worldly folk.
No.
I've ridden horses before. Is it
all right?
Similar?
Well, I mean, no, but I don't really have time to teach you. I thought you knew what you were doing. Just don't let them peck you, and then you gotta establish a vibe and don't let them peck you. As I mentioned, if you get pecked, you can get turned to stone. So just don't let them do that.
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
great. Just climb on. Once you're on, they'll know what you're doing.
Is there like a muzzle we can put on them so that if they do peck us, then we won't get turned to stone? Or
I mean, now it's clear how city folk you are, because if you put a muzzle on them, they won't walk. So you got to keep them unmuzzled if you want to ride them.
Mr. Church,
Yeah, how can I help you?
When they peck you, does it have to be like an on purpose peck, with meaning behind it? Or is it just like a random peck, like they bump into you in your stone? Or what's the rules?
They got to peck you with their beak. So it's like if you touch them, you're fine. You just can't let them strike you with the beak.
Okay, so it's just random peck, nothing, feeling the way they feel doesn't actually.
No, intention is unrelated, but I've rarely seen them peck. I mean, they've grown up knowing that they peck stuff and it occasionally turns to stone, so they don't really throw it around all willy-nilly.
Okay, last question, Mr. Church. Do you have any sort of like a stone reversing potion I could bring with me, or?
I mean, sadly, one of the first things the Gravewalker did coming through these areas was just eliminate the clerics. We lost so many good people and so much hope along with them.
I'm a cleric, though. I'm a cleric. Is there something a cleric can do?
Can you remove curses?
That is one thing I never actually learned, but I can do mass healing.
Well, great. Then I don't think that's going to remove the curse of turning to stone. You got to be able to do what I think is a greater restoration or something like that. They call it in cleric speak.
All right. Well, I'm sure it'll work out. Thank you, Ezra, for bestowing upon us Westra and Mr. Church to guide us. Thank you. All right.
Well, you got your cockatrices. Here's your reins. He hands one to you. He hands Westra's reins to you, Shadow Nemesis. He hands Big Birdie's reins to you, Shadow Nemesis. And then Jackson Triggs, he hands to the Dr. Deputy. He's like, "Don't you peck me, you bird!" I hope that means what I want. And Nicholas Philip Church leaves you to climb on board your cockatrices. Can everyone who is about to climb on board a cockatrice roll me an animal handling? New rogue, you can roll with advantage because you picked the oldest bird.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
That's a natural 20. And that's with my buff. It's 24.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Wow.
I rolled a 7. Is my bird called Big Bird? Is that what my bird's called?
Big Birdie.
Big Birdie, okay.
New Rogue, you look into Westra's eyes and just feel a moment of sincere connection. You realize that it's just sharing your soul. There's a certain innocence to your eyes that seems to connect with hers. There will be no risk of Westra pecking you at any point. You've just connected with this bird. It echoes through the two of you. It's that moment where you see somebody who just can pet even the dog who's afraid of everyone else at the shelter right away. Westra rests a head on your shoulder and then helps you up and then leans down and extends a wing so Jack Magnum can run up the wing and sit with you on the saddle as well.
Thank you, my lady. What'd she say? Yeah. Right on.
Dr. Deputy goes, "Yeah, here goes nothing." And he swings himself up and manages to get in onto his cockatrice without being attacked. Unfortunately for you, Shadow Nemesis, you picked the biggest, largest, most aggressive bird. And the bird rolled a 21 on its resistance to your animal handling. Whoops. So you will suffer. You will suffer 4 points of damage. Please roll me a Constitution saving throw. And normally I would have you roll a d20, but the mist swirls up around you. Can you please roll me a d6?
Oh, man. Looks like I'm getting stoned, everybody. Not today. It's a 5.
You feel a creeping constriction around your limbs, but you've managed to, with the power of the heart of friendship, your black sludge in your veins, and your determination, force that down as you climb onto your very aggressive cockatrice.
Hold on. Come on.
Shadow Nemesis, did it get you?
Well, oh, no, it was just a little love tap. Isn't that right, Big Birdie?
Can you roll me a deception? And can I get an
To the
insight
bird?
from Del and New Rogue? No, because you said it didn't bite you.
Where's my deception? Okay, all right, okay.
15.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Roll an insight.
Oh, okay. 18.
Total of 25 deception.
It didn't bite him. It seems like the aggression is what he wants from this bird.
Okay.
Yeah, just what I wanted. Good. Don't listen. There, see, it's listening.
He likes some rough.
You all can ride off to your chosen destinations. Del, I'm going to let you roll on behalf of your group. And Adam, can you both roll me initiative, please? And we will see who arrives at their destination first.
Can I hang back and go to the blacksmith first?
Yes, roll me initiative and we'll see. Okay. I mean, no, that makes sense. So we're going to do the blacksmith scene first because that's ridiculous. And Del will have been riding off to where she's going. All right, Del.
I also wanted to do one thing before we leave too.
Okay, what do you want to do?
We both pretend to leave and then end up at the blacksmith.
All right, what do you want to do?
I just, as we leave, like as we're riding off, but before we leave the edges of the town, I just wanted to try to talk to the ghosts because I just wanted to see maybe if these stories check out or if there's just no ghosts here. Because if what he said was true about the souls and eating people's souls, like maybe there's not a lot of ghosts around here. I just wanted to like reach out.
Yeah, that's great. You can absolutely do that while you're riding. So we will start with ghost reach out because that's instantaneous. So okay. Del, how do you want to summon these ghosts?
Yeah, I think I'll do a hand cutting. I'll just do a little like thumb cutting to see if I can pull up the ghosts and just, ask Werner, but also I would love to corroborate any of this with dead people. Mm-hmm. Okay, I rolled 1, so I take 1 damage. And then I guess I'll roll Arcana just to be pulling the ghosts up.
That is fun.
And I rolled a dirty 20.
Yes.
Wonderful. You can feel the gaggle of ghosts that you normally summon are present, and Werner appears out of the blood before you as you ride onwards, happy to talk while you're moving.
Great.
New Rogue can't hear this conversation, but New Rogue, you can see the blood appear and see the shape of Werner Herzog within it, so you know what Del is up to. Werner looks to you, Del, and says, "Yeah, what do you want to know? Thank you for summoning me. It's nice to exist."
Yeah, hi, Werner. I'm glad you're still hanging with us. We're going to help out this guy in town. And he said that, that there's evil and that people's souls have been being eaten and stuff. I just figured, if we could try and see if there's any dead people who can corroborate that,
Yeah, no, it's weird. We some of us have been following you from the beginning and normally we're joined by ghosts that are present from the realm itself. We aren't. There's no one. I don't know what is happening.
Okay, so there aren't any ghosts. They said that this grave taker man's been taking people's souls.
There's none that I can sense here. I don't know why. I'm going to have everyone fan out and see if we can find any ghosts. Maybe the village is recent. Maybe they're hiding somewhere. Maybe they need a mayor to represent them to you. I don't know.
That's true. You would make a perfect ghost mayor. Just saying.
Thank you. I do. Have you considered killing Shadow Nemesis? I don't know. It seems like you're really, really slow rolling me on this one, and I would very much like him to be dead now.
Yeah. Yeah, I have heard you. I've taken it into consideration.
Great. How's that going? Is there any way I can hurry it along?
I posit to you that given long enough timeline, Shadow Nemesis will die.
And I posit to you, given a long enough timeline, he'll use you as a human shield, and then you will be bitten in half. And then you and I will be arguing every day about why you should have killed him while he is off gallivanting and claiming new technology and toys.
That's true. And if that happens, you have first dibs to say, I told you so, because you're
That's
telling
not
me
what
right
I
now.
want. I want you to kill him. I don't want.
Okay,
dibs
Werner,
on
bye.
you.
It's gone as you wave the blood away. Take a quick commercial break right there. Shadow Nemesis, as your friends leave town speaking to ghosts, you have decided to circle back to the Blacksmith, which you are directly in behind, so it's you just go around the building and you're pretty much there.
Yeah, I'm just like,
says,
This isn't the mountain. What are we doing?
oh, come on, buddy. We got to go get some like fun stuff before we go on our mission.
Okay. Can I stay on my bird?
I mean, sure. Here, you stay on your bird, and then I kind of jump off my bird. I jump off Big Birdie, and I go, all right, Big Birdie, you stay with Dr. Deputy. I'll be right back.
Can you roll me an animal handling at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The big bird
my
attacks
God.
a smaller bird.
He's just going to be a statue outside the blacksmith.
Well, disadvantage is 13.
Wow.
All right. You tell Big Birdie this, and you hand the reins over to Dr. Deputy, and Big Birdie tries to bite you.
Oh, no.
Big Birdie rolls a 13 to hit, so it clangs off of your RoboCop armor as you walk back and away.
Knock it off, would you? Okay.
Death
All right.
stares at you.
Yes. Okay. Just I back out of its reach. Like, okay. Just look. You're really big and you're mean, and I think you look really cool. Is he like? What does he look like? What's his coloring? Like feather-wise?
Big Birdie is gray. She's covered in feathers. She's got a lizard-like component combined with feathers, draconic wings, red glowing eyes staring at you with a razor-sharp beak, and hatred. Just
That's so
hatred
cool.
pouring off of her.
Look. Okay. Look. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get some fun stuff. But I could also get fun stuff for you. Would you like that, Big Birdie?
Can you roll me an animal handling?
And I'm like, I'm far away. I'm like,
animal handling, just a flat roll. There's no disadvantage on this one because you're out of range.
8.
With a nat 1, she looks at you and then just gives a weird nod. I was like,
Okay. Look, listen. I can appreciate evil and power, and I think that's what you are. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see if I can get you something fun and cool. I'm gonna get myself something fun and cool. I'm gonna get something fun and cool. I'm gonna get that little bird. Oh, hey, okay. Tell you what, if we ever rest, you can like kick the shit out of that little bird. Okay? How's that sound? Yeah. All right. Hey, I could even give you another. Do you like your name? Do you like Big Birdie? Hey, you don't really like Big Birdie. No, I can give you a better name. I'm really good at names. Do you want like a cool name? Yeah. Okay. How about you are no longer Big Birdie. I, Shadow Nemesis, Lord of Destruction, hereby name you Deathstalker.
and she flings her wings wide, and the Dr. Deputy passes his dex save and ducks under the wing that would have knocked him off of his bird. And stays raised.
Excellent. Well, Deathstalker, I'll be right back. And I go into the store.
And you go into the store. Inside, you find yourself looking at an Aarakocra standing behind the desk of a blacksmith shop. Behind is the smithy. You can see it's got an automated, simple bellows that seems to be pumping itself to keep things hot. There are selections of wares, various armor, weapons, a lot of farming implements as well on the walls. And the Aarakocra standing behind is in simple breeches, and it is clear they have bright red feathers across their whole body.
Oh.
Looking like a combination between a robin and a person.
Oh, okay. So an Aarakocra is like a bird person.
Bird person. Yeah, so like Smokewing, but this is more the robin version of it. And he looks up and just says, "Right, welcome to the store. I'm Hardin. What can I do for you, stranger?"
I take out my 66 gold coins and I slam them on the counter, and I'm just like, What can 66 gold coins get me, friend?
Right, let me check my ledger. I could get you, and he pulls out a ledger, much like your DM is doing. Get you probably 2 different weapons. We can get you a couple of, we might be able to get you some armor if you want something maybe a little more traditional.
Oh yeah. Keep going.
Nothing too fancy, I can tell you.
What about bird armor, like cockatrice armor? You got something you got something in the back there for maybe like 30 gold coins or something.
You don't know much about the economy, do you, right?
Well, I know I got 66 gold, and I know you look like you know what you're doing, so...
Yeah, that's
we could
true,
help each other out.
Like, I've got, like, a great sword is like 50 gold. You want a full set of cockatrice armor for, right?
Well, okay.
Right now?
What would, like, a cool helmet cost me?
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Helmet. He was gonna go for helmet.
Something like when you see it, you just like shit your pants. Like something really like spooky.
Well, what? I think that really depends on who's being looked at. Right? What do you think they? What's shit your pants scary to you, sir?
Well, what about like how about it looks like and I reach into my memory and look at the name of the bad guy. It looks like the Grave Walker.
You want me to make you armor that looks like the Grave Walker?
Yeah, so then when everybody sees it, they'll get so freaked out. Or not. Look, just make me something scary. I don't want to offend you. Just make me. I got 66 gold coins. I want something cool.
You don't want to offend me. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to offend me by coming into my shop and trying to cosplay your fucking bird as some kind of grave walker. I don't give a shit what you want, sir. You can take these coins and shove them straight up your ass, right? And he shoves the coins onto the floor. I don't do grave walker stuff. We're the Prince's Town. You want to fucking fight? Then you and I can fight. And he walks over to the wall and takes down an axe.
I pull out my gun. And I say, you put that back right now, buddy. And you give me something cool with this 66 gold coins. I want to pay for it. I do. Well, I didn't offend you. I just wanted something cool.
I'll take that 66 coins and I'll beat the shit out of you. I don't need this axe. Let's do it. You want to go outside? Let's go outside right now, Grave Walker. You fucking love evil. You want to eat my soul? How about you eat these fists?
Well, how about you eat these bullets? I'll keep my 66 and dollars, and then I'll just take what I want in your shop. How's that sound?
Hey, you want to try that? Maybe you can find out what happens when all the cockatrices out loud. You know, they get out. I got a whole army of loyal birds. They're my fucking birds. I led them to the goddamn inn. They're not yours.
Yeah, well, hey, guess what? I just befriended like a super cool bird. So when I shoot you, he'll probably like it. He's the big mean one, and then I'll just ride away.
Can you roll me an intimidation at disadvantage?
Disadvantage. All right.
He doesn't know what a gun is. You're rolling technology.
Oh, he'll find out. He'll find out.
Jesus Christ, Adam.
Well, disadvantage is 13.
Okay. Let me pull up the stats for this blacksmith that I didn't know you were going to fight.
I just wanted stuff. Why wouldn't he? This is easily avoidable. This guy was just someone look for trouble.
Other people are people, Adam.
Wanted armor. Just wanted armor, blacksmith.
Listen, you want to shoot me with your gun? Then you go right ahead, because if you think I'm afraid of the Grave Walker or threats, my whole town's out there. You want to pick the wrong side, then you pick the wrong side. I'm coming over this counter on the count of 3, and you're either leaving or you're leaving in pieces. 1.
Look, I know there's like 5 people in town, okay? And I'm
2.
I shoot him in the head.
No! Oh no!
That's the end of our episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, Aiden, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.